My ex-wife told me this is like 15 years ago. So I must have been like 65 or something. I told her I'm getting old, and she told me that, no, you are old already. But I made it to 77, 77 years old. A thought popped up. It's a reality of getting old, and I know all the ability to use the brain, do this, do that, exercise. I mean, all sorts of things shrinking. So, one, I have to admit that, and I need to be prepared. And the way I do, I just realized by playing with this, internet to pay tax and stuff like that, along with a bunch of other things I do on the computer. It's so cumbersome, many password, and click here, click there, agree on this, agree on that. You have to change this. Your password is wrong. And I thought it should be right, or any of those things. Wow. But then I realized that actually I saw my aunt who was letting her daughter to, pay by the check for the meal and stuff like that. And I thought, oh, okay, that's how she deal with the situation of her getting old, to go and her daughter can, assure that she does the right thing. Well, I don't have the luxury, but it's okay. I choose this path. I chose this path, or I stumbled into this path. So I can only accept. So I cook meals, clean up, not as often, all the stuff, and I enjoy it. As I said, I'm so liberated. And I can understand. I was talking with my neighbor about this liberated sense that the younger people, they don't get married as much. And I think that makes sense because the world is so turbulent and they cannot see what the future is like. So they may play too much. I don't know. I mean, my neighbor mentioned that, but, not committing the relationship and so forth, but also the sperm count is reduced. And I believe it's something to do with the stress and unknown future that we've got. The technology, the political situation, environmental situation. Anyway, things are changing. Young people are changing their vision, approaches, as much as we, old people, are to accept the reality and be prepared for the, coming death in a manner that makes sense. I think I have those views taken care. But the point of this video is like this issue of the computer, using a computer and all the systems and all that. I spent so much time to deal with it. It took time, but my computer has lined up and the iPhone and everything is functioning fine. And I deal with lots of stuff. And I'm not hesitating. That's the only way. And also to be updated to the, things happening in the future, including AI. And I want to keep on doing it. But allocating time, energy in certain way. So it's like the idea of the middle way. Don't stop doing it. Keep on working and moderate and don't go near where you may die. So this is an art of how to live at the old age. And in relation to this computer and so cumbersome stuff, maybe young people can remember and do things much rapidly as they should. I'm hanging on to it. And I shouldn't be complaining. Just spend a little extra time to be careful. That's it. And no, not fussing around. This is the way. And smile. And may make mistake here and there. Like in my case, traveling different countries and different protocol, procedures. Takes time. But I can still manage it, but be prepared. So I want to keep up with all the managing of the, tax and all the stuff that I need to keep up with. But I may start to reduce the amount of traveling to not 4 points of Pacific, but maybe 3 points in the future. Yeah, that's like a game plan. It's like the climbing the mountain, the shape of the mountain is changing. The ability of the man climbing up is changing. And still kind of slipping and falling off the cliff every now and then. Not too bad. Or climbing up the tree and cutting the branches and stuff. Or diving into the ocean. But moderate, middle way. Requires lots of wisdom. And I tend to explore or push too much. But that orientation, I stop quite often. As I mentioned that the multiple times a day, I have those moments of being in samadhi. And those moments are the ones that triggers me to post some videos about those issues. So it's for my own sake, but if there are people who are living like my age, or even the young people, I think there's some benefit that if we can exchange ideas, maybe to encourage with each other or share what's going on, so that we have a better sense of not just internal, restriction, the problems or the how to overcome, all that kind of stuff, but also relating to others, to keep on communicating, because we are living in the same environment. As much as I can relate to the bird and trees and the ocean and the fish and all that, I want to be, connected to the world. And because of the YouTube and stuff, I spend so much time. It's fascinating. It keeps fascinating. Like the other day, I was watching an old movie from maybe 70, 80 years ago in Japan. We had the same. The environment is different, but the things that you are to deal with and overcome, profile change, but the basic stance toward life and how to be prepared, how to work the best and go over like CAPD, check, act, plan, do, and Sila Samadhi Panya, the brain and heart and everything connected to each other to make the most of it. The spirit to go through, to live life and sense this aliveness within. And if there's some issues about confusion or anything like that, or even failure at times, stop. And even before that, stop every now and then to appreciate what we got. More time for that. We are living in nirvana in a way. If we open up our eyes and just follow the way of the universe, the nature, yeah. If we lose that, we're digging into the grave. I'm not saying fight against that. Whatever happens, happens. Just to ride the wave of the universe. This opportunity we've got to live life as human. Let's make the most of it and say thank you for the miracles of this experience. Why not?